tender. And it's so good. Oh my word. I'm telling you, you have got to try this barbecue sauce recipe and try these ribs this way. Oh, these are so good. My. Now, these are good. Now, I'm not one that likes my meat overly sweet. These are not overly sweet. You'd think they would be with that barbecue sauce, but there's not enough to make them that sweet. And they just fall apart. Amazing. If you've got the time, this is the way to do it. Unbelievable. So we've made some great ribs with the barbecue sauce we made the other day, like 10 days ago. The video on that is called Whiskey Honey Barbecue Sauce. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you stopping in to see what we're up to today. I thank you. And so we're gonna do ribs today. And I bought 2 racks, one to do out on the grill when the weather gets a little nicer, and one to do now in the oven. So first off, what we're gonna do, I got them out on a rack here. We are gonna put a little bit of dry rub on there and let them go for, 2.5, 3 hours. We'll check them here in a little bit. But first, let's get rid of that. Let's get us a fresh one here. Alrighty. Brand new can of Old Bay I've not used before. So if you don't know what Old Bay is famous for, especially out east, for crab boils and stuff like that. It's celery salt and a few different kinds of pepper, in case you were wondering. Now, I did one time out east, way out there in Virginia, out on the east coast of Virginia. I ran into potato chips in the Old Bay brand, and they tasted like Old Bay seasoning. Just, you know, put some Old Bay in there, and we're gonna, just a little bit of pepper there. I think we're gonna go ahead and use up that pepper. Let's get rid of that. Time to get rid of it anyway. And we have some cumin. And there we go. I don't think it's gonna matter that much as long as it's in there. We got a little bit of Ancho Chile powder we're gonna put in there. Now that is fairly warm, so we're gonna go a little easy on the Ancho Chile. And we have paprika. Now, basically put in there what you like as far as the flavor profile. So let's just take this whisk here and mix this stuff up for a dry rub. Once the ribs get kind of on their way to being cooked, we'll put the barbecue sauce on. But we need to roast them this way first. That really has a nice aroma to it. So let's just sprinkle this on here and give it a little massage. We're just going to put a little bit on. Now this has had the membrane removed already, so in case you think I forgot that, I did not forget that. We don't need as much on this side. Just put a little on there. Just a little bit on there. Turning over and showing some love here. Let's put the rest of this on there. There we go. Just give them a little massage here, get them in there pretty good. Get them baking. Like I say, when the weather's nicer, we will move outside and do some ribs on the grill. Okay, so let's see here. This stuff out of the way real quick here. Okay, so also I'm going to show you, we're going to make potato salad out of these potatoes, and I'm going to show you that I don't need to peel and cube these before I get started. So you're going to go, what? I'll show you. So we will run some water in here and just boil these up whole. Let's put some water. That's that there. And I got a cover. Here we go. So it don't take so long to boil. And I got eggs. 12 large fresh eggs. Here we go. So we're gonna make potato salad with boiled eggs in there. So I'm going to show you, before you cringe and want to run the other way, stop right there, because I'm going to show you a way to boil these eggs and it won't be so bad getting the peelings off, I promise. You don't have to you don't have to spend the heavy price for the ones that are already boiled in the store. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. You don't have to. So there's 2, 4, 6. There's 2, 4, 6. There's 8 eggs. It's on high. Right? All right. So we're going to show you a good way to peel those eggs to where you're not banging your head against the wall with them falling apart, this and that and the other. I'll tell you a secret about that. So this did not pressure cook at all and didn't boil long enough to guarantee that this would be preserved in this jar. Even though the jar is sealed, it did not pressure cook long enough. So what I did was I actually froze it and I got it out the freezer last night and let it thaw. So here's how you do this. Take the back of a butter knife and you get up here where the groove of the thread is close to the lid, and you see it didn't have much because it was sealed but not much, and that little popped right off. So now if you remember that video, that sauce was rather thick. So let's now that's pretty good stuff, I'm telling you. That is good stuff. Got a little wang to it from the Ancho Chile I put in there. It's kind of sweet from the honey. It's very good. Got a slight little bite to it, but hey, that's pretty awesome. So as soon as our ribs get along to where they need to be, I will pull the ribs out and bring you back and put the sauce on them. There's not much to see when the ribs are in the oven baking, so all right, let's stick those potatoes and see how done they are here. Let's take a look here real quick. Very good. Okay, so turn those off. And let's see. Okay, so those eggs been in that hot water the whole time, so let's do our magic with those eggs here real quick. Let me get them, do part of them at a time. This will work. Okay. Maybe I have a pair of tongs. There we So that's a pair of tongs I bought at the Salvation Army. I don't think they were ever used. Anyway, so let's get some of these out of here, because what I'm going to do, you can't do with them all in the pan at one time here. I want to show you a little trick here, how to peel these puppies with no problems. So just cool them off where you can handle them a little bit. See the void in the bottom of that one there? See, looky here. That one was cracked a little bit. So there's a void at the big end of the egg. And what you need to do, see there's a membrane inside this egg. What you need to do is break that membrane and get some water underneath that membrane, and they'll peel right away for you. So you can, I don't know if you can see, oops, we need a little water here. You see that? I got underneath that membrane. That's a smaller egg there. Now, what's going on here? Oops. Now, they may not always be absolutely perfect, but you will get them peeled without frustration. I guarantee you that. So there's four. Now, they may not absolutely be perfect, but I tell you, it's a lot better than sitting there picking them a little bit at a time. Here, let's get some fresh cold water. And you want a big void. See at the bottom, like I say, at the big end of the egg, there is a void there between the egg and the shell. And you get a little bit of practice. Now, they won't always be perfect, but they're a lot better than sitting there and pick. See? Now, there's a big void there for some reason. I'm not sure what the deal was there. A really big void at the end of that. So, but I promise you, you don't need to sit there and baby them. You're not gonna hurt a thing. I'm telling you, you are not gonna hurt a thing. Just, I mean, like I say, they're not all perfect, but a lot of them are going inside the potato salad anyway. So there, you know, I mean, so let's get rid of these. We've got 3 more to do here. I probably got much water in there. I'm just gonna smack them against the inside of that pan, and I'm not being gentle. I am not being gentle. It's like, maybe I don't know if I'm inside that pan, you can't tell. But it's like, no, these eggs are cooked. They're not going to fall apart. Well, this one is, but that's okay. We'll cut it up and put it inside the potato salad where the, you know, we're not going to cut slices and put that one on the top when they're all done. A handful of shells. Like real easy going underneath that. Once they're loose, they go underneath that shell. And you see there's a prime example right there. That's showing. See that membrane right there? right there, that's what you gotta get underneath. Because once you get under, and you gotta be kind of forceful with it to get underneath that membrane. So there we go, let's throw that away. Here we go. Kind of hungry anyway, so I'm just gonna do away with this one that's not gonna. There we go. So there's the white. They're good for you. So I wanted to point out something. Now these were slightly too long in the hot water, because what happens is the yolk gets that green outer layer and they turn a little in it. That tells you the yolk, it has been in there too long. Tastes the same. It's not going to hurt a thing. Okay, so I'm going to put them in a bowl for now. And set them aside. We'll deal with them after a minute here. Yeah, I'm probably going to eat that one too. I like boiled eggs. I don't know about you. Comment down below and let me know if you like boiled eggs. If you would. But a lot of people, see, now you can buy eggs already boiled. They cost a fortune too, buying them that way. So, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Oh, the ribs are looking so good. So good. All right. So, yep, looky there. They don't have to be perfect. See that? The peeling comes right off there, and you get more of the actual potato when you do it that way. You know, you're not losing so much to peeling the potato this way. Now that is kind of warm. So you can wait. You can put this whole mess, put them all in the fridge and let them cool, and peel them in a minute when they're cooled off. So there's that. There we go. Now they're a little warm right now to be handled. It's okay. It'll be all right. See how easy they are to peel? Look, that outer peeling just comes right off there. Now, like I say, they won't look perfect, but they don't really need to either, unless you can figure out how to do that. And then if there's any bad spots, that comes right off of there. I don't know if you can see the orange roses. They didn't have any of the large ones. All they had was the smaller, I think she called them tea roses. I forget exactly. There's one that's got a little bad spot. We'll just get rid of that. Set that baby down. It's kind of hot. And these are done, guys. These are done. You could just just slice them and put butter in them and eat it like a baked potato if you wanted. Now I prefer my baked potatoes boiled potatoes. I do. I don't get that very often. I really don't have much for potatoes very often anymore. A potato is a lot of starch. It really is. They say potatoes aren't bad, it's what you put on. Well, I don't believe that. They're not necessarily bad, it's just how much of them you eat. You just don't eat, you don't want to eat a whole bunch of them at one time. Whew, man, that puppy is hot. Holy Moses. There we go. So they're good for now. So let me clean this mess up here real quick and we'll go to making potato salad. Okay, this is real cooking, remember. This is the real thing. We're not doing shots till we get it perfect. We're just doing it like we would do it. There we go. Got rid of that mess. Okay, so now now that little knife there, that's not really doing it for me. So where did that knife go? Here it is. So let me tell you, I bought this knife at the Salvation Army store for $1.50. And I had bought the whole set of Chicago cutlery at the same store 2 months prior for $10 for the whole set. Now, tell me, that is not a good deal. So, okay, so anyway, so let's get this to a situation where we can set it flat, like that, just cut them up however you want to cut them up. You want to make it look fancy. I don't know how fancy you can make a boiled potato look. But see, that's a lot less work than cutting them all into little bitty excuse me, little bitty pieces. And see, they cut so much easier. Look at that. So that's what I do, just get it to where you got a flat spot, put it on it, and then slice them each direction. I mean, it goes through there like a hot knife through butter. I mean, you gotta have potato salad with ribs, don't you? Like I say, this is the real thing here. We're not taking takes and taking them over again and stuff like that. This is the real thing. We're doing what it takes to get you eating cheaper, better, faster. Like I don't know if I remember I told you or not. What prompted me to start this. I was at there. Okay, so let's see. Let's try it this way. Yeah. To do without handling it so much. Big old pancake flipper here. Big pancake spatula. There we go. They give me a bad time for what I call my kitchen stuff here. I just don't want to handle those potatoes because they want to tend to, if you overhandle them, they want to fall apart. There we go. Now, doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness. And I think these sweet potatoes are ready to come out of here. Yeah, they're not overdone. I frankly forgot about the sweet potatoes. That's what okay, so let's see here. We just kind of test these and see how much give there is. I think we're good here. I think we just need to put some barbecue sauce on there and put them back in the oven for just a little while. And we're gonna have ribs and sauce. I mean ribs and potato salad. Okay, so let's find us a little bowl. Oh, there's a little bowl up here. Let's do that. And I've got a little brush. Here it is. Little flipper flopper Jim Dandy deal there. Okay, so let's pour some sauce in there. so let's see here. How shall I? It's kind of hot. So let's flip those over. So the purpose of the rack was so he could get under the rack of ribs at the same time. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I just want to flip it over and put a little bit on that side. Not a lot. Tell you, we're not going to get too dainty with it here. Gotta have some. Tell you what, that's my first attempt. You know, years ago, I always bought Kraft onion bits because number one, I liked it just fine and it was cheap. It was usually like 99 cents. But nowadays, I don't necessarily like everything that's in those sauces. I think we're gonna need some more of this Paprika sauce. Okay, so there's that. I'm just gonna smear it around, brush it around here a little bit. Yep. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Oh yeah! Oh baby! So we don't need. I don't like it. Slathered totally in sauce. I had ribs out one day, oh it's been a year or two ago, and there was so much sauce on there I wish I would have just had a big old rag I could have wiped it off. It was just so much sauce. So we're going to let that be for right now. We're going to put it back in the oven and let that get happy, as they say. So there's that one on to do it, huh? Yeah, there we go. That's got room to move in that one. So now, I do not have one of those gizmos that automatically slices boiled eggs. You know, they got the thing, you put the egg in there and you close one side of it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna rough chop them anyway. We don't want them real small. It doesn't matter anyway, really, it does not matter. You know, I'm sorry I got these they got the green ring going in some of these, so they were in there just a little while. Someone called and I was not paying attention. Time got away from me, but it's okay. It's all right. We want pieces of egg big enough so you can see what it is anyway. Put them right in there. Yep, this is really cooking, guys. This is not staged one bit. There we go. So there's that. Let's get. That's got a funny black spot in it. There, that's okay. She's gone. Okay, so and that's what I do. I cut off each end and just kind of rock that back and forth to get through that outer layer. seems like if I buy the bag, which is cheaper, I never can get them all used up before they go bad. Leave me a comment and let me know how your onion usage goes if you're so inclined. I'm curious. Now, I've told you before on an earlier video when we were living in Nashville, down there they have available to them these very sweet onions, and I just can't find them here in Iowa. They just don't have them like they do down there. I saw two different kinds. I saw Vidalia and I saw another kind, which I like. I can't remember the other kind, but they're from, I think, Georgia too, down in there somewhere. I like the other kind better than the Vidalia, but I'm not endorsing any brand or anything like that. Alrighty, thanks for stopping back. So it's been quite an afternoon. The ribs were actually ended up being in the oven about 4.5 hours, but they are tender. Tender. I'm telling you, they are tender. I'm getting ready as soon as one's cool, and I just got them out of the oven. As soon as one's cool enough to handle, I'm going to test it for you. I got a little potato salad and put a little more pepper and salt on there, and so let's try these. I mean, they are just fall apart tender. I need a paper towel. Something to pick it up where it's not so hot. They're so tender. I'm telling you, you have got to try this barbecue sauce recipe and try these ribs this way. Oh, these are so good. My. Now, these are good. Now, I'm not one that likes my meat overly sweet. These are not overly sweet. You'd think they would be with that barbecue sauce, but there's not enough to make them that sweet. And they just fall apart. Amazing. Believe me, I know amazing. If you've got the time, this is the way to do it. Just throw that right in the trash. Take a look here. And see, they're not overly saucy, which when I get them at a restaurant, I always order the sauce on the side because I don't want all that sweet on my meat. It's so hot, it burned my lip. There you go. My word. Unbelievable. So we've made some great ribs with the barbecue sauce we made the other day, 10 days ago. The video on that is called Whiskey Honey Barbecue Sauce, and I think I accomplished that. So without further ado, bid you well, my friends.